Hey everybody, this is Betsy Veldman for Papertrey Ink, and I am here today to tell you all about my Love You to Pieces collection, which I designed for Papertrey Ink. All of the stamps and dies and papers in this collection will be available for purchase from the Papertrey Ink website starting on December 15th at 10 p.m. Eastern, and they are all being sold a la carte, which means they are not packaged as a kit and they will be sold individually. So this kit was designed with the little people in your life in mind, both for creating projects for them and with them. So I think this will be a fun thing that you can maybe do together with your child if you have a child that likes to craft, and you can create some fun Valentines that they can hand out to their friends in school. So there are two different kind of collections within this collection. There is the boy version, which is airplane themed, and then there is the girl version, which has a fox theme. And within each collection there are stamps, papers, a puzzle die, and a set of miscellaneous dies as well that coordinate with each theme. And then there is also a small $5 edition stamp set and a zipper die which coordinate with both of the collections. So let me show you. The main inspiration for this kit came from those little punch-out books that maybe you had when you were a kid, that you could punch out all the pieces and actually create and build a little paper toy. And so that was kind of the inspiration for this kit. And so the boy version, you can build a little airplane, and for the girl version, you can build a little fox. Now let me tell you about these dies. These dies were designed to coordinate with the coasters that Papertrey sells in their store. The coasters are just a 4x4 square piece of coaster board, which is a heavyweight material, and it die cuts beautifully, and these dies were designed to work perfectly with that. So how this works is the die, all of the pieces are in one solid backing, and that backing is perfectly sized and shaped to coordinate with our coasters. So it makes it super easy if you're crafting with your child. They're not messing around with all little pieces. They can just simply line this up and you run it through your machine. So I'm going to walk you through creating the girl version of the Valentine, and the basic assembly and construction is the same for the boy. So we'll just go through the girl and I'll show you step by step how this works and how you can create a fun little wrap for the coaster board puzzle then. Alright, so I have a coaster that I have already die cut here with my fox. And you might want to do a few trial runs to make sure that your sandwich is cutting properly. You want it to cut all of the way through, and so you might want to test a few to make sure that your pieces are punching out easily and running all the way through. You might need a shim, you might not. I did not need a shim. I was able to just run it through once and then back through my machine again, and that seemed to give me a really good result. So now I'm going to do my stamping, and this is done with the stamps from the coordinating stamp set, and you can see here where I have them all lined up on one block. So it makes it super quick and easy to do your stamping, and I have a piece of foam underneath to give me a little cushion. Sometimes when you have these bigger solid images, you need a little support to get a good stamping result. And that worked out pretty well. You can see how that was pretty fast and easy. There's one other element that I need to stamp separately, and that's his eyes and nose. And we'll do that with some black ink. There you go. It kind of brings him to life. And then there is also a little heart, and there is a small plain stamp in each of the fox and airplane stamp sets that you could stamp on there, but I am going to fill it in. There is another stamp, and this is from the edition set, the Love You to Pieces edition set, and this is a little heart. It says "Be Mine," and so I'm going to stamp that in there instead. If you decide not to purchase the edition set, you can just use the plain heart from the fox stamp set also. And then I'm going to add one other little detail to him. There is a little bow tie stamp, and a die, and there's a die for it. It's in with the extra little elements that's in the die set, and there is a stamp to coordinate with that as well. And you can add this to his head, to the head, if you want to make a girl fox, or you could also add it as a bow tie if you wanted to turn it into a cute little boy fox. but I'm going to make it into a little girl. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that to the top. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not adding any adhesive over the edge here where the piece actually gets punched out from the backing. Okay, so our coaster is finished. It's all stamped and die cut and looking pretty cute. Now we need to have some fun way of presenting it as an actual Valentine or card. You don't want to just hand this to someone. You need a cute presentation. So that is where the pattern papers from the collection come in. These are actually designed to be envelope wraps, and so they're super easy. I think I've done pretty much all of the work for you already. Just need to do some simple scoring and trimming, and the actual printed design is going to act as your guide for where to do your stamping and scoring and folding. You can see where I'm going to score on each side of the design. These are little flaps that are going to get folded in, so I'm going to score on those edges there, and then I'm also going to score the lines here where the pattern changes. You can see there's kind of sections. This one, the middle section, and then this heart section. So you want to score in between each of those. And then you just need to do a little bit of trimming. And this is something that if you're crafting with your child, you might want to do ahead of time and do a little prep work. I think that's what I would probably do. But it depends on the skill level of your child. If they're a little older or, you know, super good at cutting and that sort of thing, they might like to help you with it too. Okay, so I have all the trimming and scoring done, and now we can fold it up into a wrap. But before we do that, I want to show you this is where you can also use the envelope zipper die, which was designed to match up with the heart print on the front of the wrap. You can see here where you can just line that up with the printed heart, line up this bottom edge of this tab with the bottom edge of your pattern paper, and run it through your machine. You can always put a post-it note to hold everything in place while you run it through so it stays nice and lined up. And then you can just fold it up into a wrap. The tab sides get folded in, the bottom flap gets folded up, and the front gets folded down like this with the zipper tab then at the bottom. And then you can go ahead and add some stamping and embellishing to this as much as or as little as you'd like. Here I have one that is already stamped with all different images from the Love You to Pieces Fox set and also some things from the edition set. I've stamped the fox and little sentiment. This little pull here heart is from the edition set, and on the back side then I stamped a little to and a from, and those are also from the edition set. And on the inside, I stamped the rest of a sentiment. This is a great place for you to stamp like the rest of a punny sentiment, because this white area here is what will be revealed when you pull open that zipper tab. So it was designed that way to kind of act as a guide, so you don't have to do any guesswork as far as, you know, where to do your stamping. So then you can go ahead and add a little adhesive to finish it off. I'm going to put some on the sides, just on that flap there, so that can get adhered like that. And then, yeah, it's your guide for stamping, and it's also your guide for adding your adhesive. So you want to add some adhesive to those colored corners of the heart, so that when you put your front flap down, that will adhere right there, allowing your zipper tab to work. And you can go ahead and just tuck your coaster inside, and I am also going to tuck in a little instruction sheet. This is a PDF, a printable PDF that you will receive when you purchase the stamps or dies, and you can choose whether or not you want to include this. It's just some simple instructions for assembling the fox in case you feel like the child will need that for a little bit of help. It's kind of fun. It's done up in some cute colors and stuff so that it is actually a fun little element as well. So it's the same size as the coaster, so you can just go ahead and tuck it inside that pocket, and then you can go ahead and put that front flap down and just make sure it's adhered good in those corners, so that when I pull the zipper tab open, that will stay adhered and the rest will tear away, and it will reveal the sentiment and also the coaster inside. So that wraps up this little product preview for the Love You to Pieces collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can look for more information on Nicole's blog. Link is on the Papertrey Ink website, and we'll see you around. Thanks for joining me. This has been Betsy Veldman for Papertrey Ink.